Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius July 20th, 2022. Venus has just moved into your work and health sector, where it will be a guest until August 11th. This cycle helps bring harmony to your daily affairs, routines, or work. It can also be a time of increased social opportunities through work, chores, daily routines, or health pursuits. Instead, this transit can be about more fully enjoying taking care of your everyday life. You may be seeking out wellness treatments during this cycle, and they can do much to improve your mood. Find ways to make what you do more pleasant and appealing. Today, you could feel that others are in your way, blocking your path, or overbearing or controlling. It may be best to avoid taking on too much or getting worked up about minor flaws and problems. Conversations can heat up quickly, but they can also pull up buried difficulties and issues that may need your attention. What emerges now can be revealing, perhaps showing you hidden desires. Nobody will like the cosmic weather of today. As an intellectual air sign, you are so good at taking the higher mental road. However, sometimes that energy can be seen as pompous and arrogant if you're not explaining yourself as clearly as you've thought. Mental Mercury locks eyes with a seething Pluto, who orbits in your solar 12th house of secrets and hidden enemies. This ensures that drama is afoot, especially because they both will pull back their bows and rain down fiery arrows. Do your best to breathe through the drama that could be around every corner. How do you feel about your job? You may desire more than what you are doing now as your hidden thoughts and feelings come to light when Mercury in Cancer opposes Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Subconscious perceptions of your professional livelihood will shine through your thoughts or conversations, especially if you are talking about the ideal goals you want to achieve in your career path. Since Pluto retrograde is slowly reworking your work life, you may notice that talking about your professional desires can help speed up the process. Use the opposition to make waves. A strange letter or phone call could come your way today, and the information you receive could appear to be rather garbled. It may be good news or it may be bad news, or possibly neither, but whatever it is, don't accept it at face value. Somewhere along the line someone has misinterpreted some important information. If what you hear is important to you, check out the facts before accepting it as truth. Relations with your circle of friends will strengthen. Opposing points of view can be easily reconciled and you are able to create an open, tolerant atmosphere. The mutual trust you share will increase and other people feel at ease with you. Perhaps someone will reveal intimate details to you that make your ties to him or her even more intensive. It's worth remembering that every good relationship requires some amount of compromise. Even in the throes of early love, keep in mind where they're coming from, too. Strengthen existing relationships by proposing new venues and occasions to meet. If there is someone you want to give a more important role in your life, let them know or give them a sign. If the object of your desire doesn't react to your gentle attempts, do not change your strategy. Be patient, bide your time. Today you could decide to focus on self-improvement. You could put some plans into place that will make you healthier, wealthier, and happier. This could involve a nutrition plan, a financial strategy, or a new personal philosophy. You're ready to begin a brand new chapter in your life, and you are ready to make some dramatic changes. Let your enthusiasm and determination grow so that you can propel yourself in this new direction. Try a bolder work-related approach today. With the essence of a vibration happening, you are sure to feel more confident, social, and communicative. Rather than taking a back seat, take the wheel and see what happens. Chances are you will discover talents and abilities you never knew you had. Given half a chance, you will show the people who count what you're really made of. One thing is certain, if you don't try, you'll never know. In a case of perfect timing, the moon is in your communication sector as Mercury, the planet of communication, becomes the first planet to reach your relationship sector this year. While Mercury will only be here for 15 days, the moon is connecting with planets in your communication sector that are not only here to stay but just as they are shifting their focus onto giving the past and unsaid words a voice. As the first planetary activity on the relationship front for the year begins, it is with a heavy focus on communication from the start. In a case of perfect timing, the moon is in your communication sector as Mercury, the planet of communication, becomes the first planet to reach your relationship sector this year. The most active months of the year on the relationship front begin with a heavy focus on communication, and as Chiron, the planet of healing, turns retrograde in your communication sector, this includes a chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Loving Venus just moved into caring Cancer, so you're probably bending over backward to make sure everyone around you feels safe and comfortable. This is all fine as long as you're taking some much-needed time out for yourself. Putting yourself first during this compassionate transit is an often overlooked but necessary task to avoid emotional burnout. Communicative Mercury is also paired with sensitive Cancer during its moody opposition to dark Pluto today, stirring up all kinds of suspicion and manipulative tendencies. It's so easy to get your feelings hurt and hurt other people's feelings now, so be very careful about how you respond and what you say. When you sense any type of betrayal, your first instinct is to get revenge, but fighting negativity with more negativity during this touchy aspect usually backfires. Fortunately, any tension from the day will all seem like water under the bridge tonight when the moon changes signs into compassionate Pisces while forming a conjunction to benevolent Jupiter. This vibe is perfect for making amends, so if you did butt heads with someone earlier, now would be the time to smooth things over. Be sure to pamper yourself a bit before bed in order to fully de-stress after a rather hectic day. Just after midnight, Mercury in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn, inspiring arguments. This is an aspect of contention. Paranoid thoughts, suspicious behavior, or intimidation tactics are par for the course. Others' polarizing opinions act as catalysts that change the way we think or speak. Fundamental ideas about our history or identity may be challenged now, threatening something seemingly essential to our core personhood. Time and distance are required to see if this is an accurate assessment or a knee-jerk conclusion that we have leaped to out of fear. If we are involved in a conflict, we are apt to bury our emotions and stew, exploding when we finally hit our breaking point. Following this connection, the moon begins its void of course. The best way to get what we desire is to keep our eyes on our own paper and refuse to feed the green-eyed monster. Over the next 2 days, we are content to put our heads down and make steady, deliberate progress towards our goals. On an emotional level, a fixation with optical victory can have us behaving somewhat serious and sober. We might come off as cold to others, however, it is not that we are unfeeling now. We simply understand the work required to achieve our ambitions and are undaunted by distractions. Remember that there are ways to plod conscientiously toward success without making life into one endless chore. Shortly following this, the moon squares off with Jupiter in Aries, making us prone to excess. Today, we are interested in forming the social connections that will enable us to accomplish our desired agenda. Following this, Mercury conjuncts asteroid Ceres, fueling the tensions of the early morning's Mercury-Pluto opposition. Currently, we are speaking up for our needs, or advocating for the needs of others. But in many ways, we are too close to the action, too invested to look at situations objectively. We can therefore demand that others respect our needs while failing to reciprocate unless their priorities are aligned with our own. Avoid making false promises to manipulate situations in your favor.